Alright, getting ready to make a wiring harness for some lighting here. Headlights, taillights, brake lights, turn signals, etc. Measured the RV. It's about 25 and a half feet long, round up to 26. Got about 4 feet into the cab. I added a couple extra feet. So 26 feet, 6 feet into the cab, 32 feet will be the length I run to the back, 13 feet to the passenger corner. Made a list of everything that I want to connect, little reminders of what I'm doing here. Anything on the cab I can do later, because I'll just run the wiring inside for that. I do want stoplights on the back of the cab as well as the very far back of the bed. So that's a little diagram to help me figure out length, how many wires I need. We're going to be running 7 wires to the front and 7 wires to the back. Got reverse lights, clearance lights, brake lights, left turn, right turn. Extra 1, extra 2. 1 extra wire, probably for a reverse camera. And another extra for unknown, maybe a house lighting like I had it set up before, where I could just flip on a porch light, but have lights everywhere. The front's going to have a clearance light connection, low beam, high beam, left turn, right turn, and also a couple extras here. One for fog lights and one for maybe a light bar or something. I'm not gonna hook up fog lights right away. That'll be something I do down the road. So 2 extras in the front, 2 extras in the back. 7 wires here, 7 wires there. Lights on the cab will be done later, since those wires will be run through the interior, through some conduit. Also got a little circuit diagram here as I was trying to figure out how to make the corner clearance light flash independent of the turn signal. I've actually looked up a P30 diagram, but it's pretty simple how they do it. They just take the corner light and they connect it to 2 positives. One positive on the blinker and 1 positive on the clearance light. When the blinker's off, it acts as a ground. It grounds through the filament for the corner light, and so when that's lit up, this will actually turn off because positive will flow through the turn signal, and this will no longer have a path to ground. It will just be connected positive to positive, and so that light blinks independently. With a relay, it doesn't really work, because that's only work if you have your clearance lights turned on. If it's daytime and you have your clearance lights turned off, this marker light won't blink at all. The way they do it from the factory will allow it to blink with the clearance lights turned off or with them turned on. With them turned on, it will turn off and blink independently of the turn signal. With them turned off, it will be powered at the same time as the turn signal. So no matter what, that marker light is going to be blinking. This will only work if the clearance lights are on. If they're off, then I won't have a blinking light on the side of my RV at the corner. The wiring diagram of a P30. I actually found this is one for a diesel, P30 diesel. You see there's a diesel starter, glow plug controller. So all I really needed was this right here. We got the left turn signal and left park light. You see it's got the double filament with the bright filament for the turn and the dimmer filament for the park light. And here's the left marker light. And you can see that is just tied into both positives. So if your clearance or your park lights are on, that's sending positive through this to ground, lighting this filament. Positive to ground. Positive will also flow to that marker light and back into the bulb, and it will reach ground through this filament, which is not being turned on. If you use your turn signal, then positive also flows into that filament. Then the marker light will have 2 positive connections and it will turn off. If the clearance lights are not lit up, and you use your turn signal, then you will have a positive connection on the other wire, and it will reach ground through the other side of the filament. So no matter what, this is blinking along with the turn signal. Simple but genius, if you ask me. I love it. So I want my corner light or my marker light to blink independently of the front turn signal. That way people on the side of me can see an indication that I'm trying to turn. Circuit wouldn't work for an LED, since LEDs will only work with voltage or electrons flowing in one direction. But if you remember, my last corner marker lights were LED, and they had a I believe, a simple circuit of diodes that would allow the voltage, if polarity was reversed, a set of diodes would allow voltage to flow around to the other side of the LED circuit inside the marker light or clearance light fixture. These, I believe, just have two sets of LEDs in them, cathode to anode, anode to cathode. So no matter which way you put the voltage, it's going to light up. So there, lights up one way. Reverse the polarity. I thought they had dual LEDs in them, but so this clearance light will only work with polarity in one direction. So that's not going to work. I need to go find my old set of clearance lights, because voltage will either flow this way, or electrons, whatever you want to call it, this way through the marker light, or it will flow this way through the marker light, either finding ground on this side or this side. So yeah, those lights are not going to work for the marker. I can also just make the circuit myself. Pretty simple, just need a couple diodes. Here's your LED, or symbol for an LED. This is your anode side, positive side, cathode side, negative. If you got reverse polarity coming in, so that's like a positive, that's a negative, coming from the battery. So if that's backward, we can have a diode going this way, and that's the same symbol pretty much. Actually, I should draw some arrows, because it's a light emitting diode. And then we can have another diode. This will allow voltage to flow. How is that going to work? Now I could just add two LEDs, two of those clearance lights, and just put them positive to negative, so no matter what, one of them will light up. I don't want to do that. It would look kind of weird, I think. Found one of my clearance lights here, and this does work in both directions. So this would work for a corner marker light. Something going on here with two sets of diodes, kind of what I was thinking, but okay, after looking at this for like 5 minutes now, I can finally see that is a 1N4007. It's right here. This is what I'm looking for. MIC 1N4007 DO41 axial celastic guard junction standard rectifier diode. Boy, that's a mouthful. Okay, got switches, microprocessors, diodes. There we go. Should have a little kit. Yeah. Let's see here. 1N4007. All right, I got some. 1N4001. 1N4004. 1N4007. The rectifier diode. Resistors. Resistors. I don't remember the color code. Where's my little cheat? There it is. It's brown, green, brown. 1, 5. Multiplier. It's 150 ohms. 150 ohms. There's 1.5K ohms. That's a pretty honking resistors too, so that's probably like a half watt, something like that. It's a 470 ohm. 47 ohm. Alright, here's 150 ohm, but it's only a half watt. It's a little bit smaller. Nope, I think that's about right. It just looks a little bigger because it's potting. It's making it look a little bigger, but yeah, that's got to be a half watt. So that's what I need right there. LEDs in here somewhere that I could test with. That might work. Grab 2 for testing here. So add an LED to this side. LED to this side. I'll make sure to only use a few volts for these, because these are not 12 volt LEDs. There's no I could add a resistor, but I'll just use the 3 volt side of my power supply. And this resistor is probably just to protect the LEDs in this circuit, or to bring down the voltage for them, so I might not actually even need that. I didn't want to have to get these out, but I don't know where the rest of my LEDs are, and those LEDs with the leads on them are going to be a pain to try and use. It's got this old vintage Radio Shack LED assortment. Got a whole bunch of cool old LEDs in there, these old school square ones you just don't see anymore. So, still got 2 packs. For my vintage supply of electronics. Let's see if we can just get a couple of these out here. Red. Let's grab a green because it's handy. To each their own. Cathodes. And then if this is negative, then we want the cathode on this side. So, if polarity's reversed, it won't go this way anymore. We'll have to go this way. Positive will have to go. Negative will have to go. If it's correct, then negative will go. Positive will go. Lights up that way. That was fun. So now I know how to make an LED bi-directional. So this resistor might just be bringing down the voltage for these, and they're high output, so it's getting hot really fast. But that resistor is getting really warm. This is at 108 degrees. I'm not sure, but this is your basic setup right here. And then, you know, if you want to add, since there's 2 LEDs, let's just tie it in parallel. Hook it up in reverse. Hook it up positive, positive. Bi-directional. Alright, there you go. Very simple circuit. I knew it had to be something simple. But basically, if you have negative coming in this side, it's going to flow through this diode, but be blocked by this diode to the LED. Positive will come in, flow through this diode, be blocked by that diode. Continue to the LED, light it up. If it's reversed, positive will come in, it will be blocked by this diode, and it will pass through this diode over to positive. If negative comes in on this side, it will be blocked by that diode, but allowed to pass through this diode and find the path it needs to take to get the LED working. Okay, I just looked it up. These only have a 1 amp rating, so this resistor is actually here to protect the diodes, so that does need to be there. But there you have it. We got a little circuit that will allow me to use these bullet LEDs if I like for a corner marker light. So here's your forward voltage. and reverse voltage. Works both ways. So there you have it. Simple little circuit to make an LED work for a marker light. It would be very easy to install that into a little breadboard. Actually, that's for something. That's for a microcontroller or PIC. Got a bunch of these little DIY PCB boards. Some old projects. So, yeah, I might. But I'm probably still going to use those bullseye clearance lights just because they look good.